Okay, should be live any second.
Oh, in new Skype, it just says the Giz Wiz has gone live on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Never
Very
did that.
interesting. Should be. Hey, I see Becky. I'm glad we got Skype fixed. Because what a pain that was. Last week we got started like an hour
Oh, that was
late.
incredible. That was our worst ever.
Yeah. Oh, I just realized something I need. Forgot to edit something. Hey, Jude. Hey, Jude. And the cost.
So, Becca, did you have a warm day yesterday? It was a record in New York City, the warmest February 21st on record at 78 degrees. And today it's 48. Oh, Charlie looks great. Oh my gosh, 82.
Wow.
Oh. Whoa. Was that a record for Virginia? I bet it was.
It's funny because it's like freezing in Dallas.
Is it really?
It's
Well,
cold.
freezing. Yeah. What's
I
your
mean,
concept of freezing? Yeah.
It's raining. It's raining and cold. It's raining and 50 degrees.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not quite freezing. I need to run downstairs and grab another thing. I'll be right back.
Okay, very good. Hey, chat room. Here's our chance to talk about Chad. He's leaving us for
I can still hear
you. Down the bottom. Let's do another speed test dot here. Okay, let's see what you're saying. Drizzling in San Diego. Okay. No, something must be happening between Chad and I, because I just did another speed test. And let's see, the download is 335.17. And the upload is 22, 23, 44. So I'm pretty strong here. Upload 2344 and download 335. Oh, maybe. Jenny, hi. I think 2.3 is fine for video chatting, isn't it, Scooter X? Spaceman. Oh my God, you're part of a drag boat team. Holy cow. I used to write a monthly column for Powerboat magazine. Did you know that magazine, Fuel Boat? We didn't test any boat that went less than 50 miles an hour. Yeah, lime ginger, isn't that something? Do you have that down there? I haven't seen those Coke cans at all. The hamster. I think maybe Chad's cats are in charge of running the wheel out there. Dr. Pepper. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, you did? Oh, you have those flavors now? Zesty orange Diet Coke? I have not seen. You know, we very rarely get new stuff in New York City because supermarkets are so small. They have like the little mini shopping carts. Oh, Matthews. They used to build beautiful yachts. My God. Matthews, I didn't even know Matthews was still building boats a few years ago, or many years ago. I didn't even know they worked in anything other than wood. Everyone in Kansas City is sold out of fancy Diet Cokes. Wow. Yeah, Chad does need a new theme. I used to test boats in person. Oh, wow. With who? At Powerboat. Did you go down to the trials? They were really trials. They used to do 8 boats a day. I can't believe it. Captain J, the 151 has been hijacked for the new Coke diet, the new Diet Coke extravaganza. They needed a bus. Oh, they closed after they went to fiberglass. How interesting. With Jack Sarampa. Oh, you haven't been on a boat of any kind? Oh my gosh. I would have I would have gone on a boat ride yesterday, but they had the ice barricade is still up. Hey, Ranger Rick. Only the 151A stops here, says Matron. The last one was the Toronto Ferry. Oh my gosh. Hey, Ben Chod.
I'm back.
Chowd. Okay, very good. I mainly just go up the Hudson, Davey. Just along the Palisades, up to like Tarrytown. Drift and have lunch. Chad likes the new lime Coke. Someone in the chat room had the new orange Coke, said it's great.
Yeah? I was really surprised by mango. I'm not a mango person at all. And I actually enjoyed mango more than I thought I would.
You know, I am a mango person.
You might like it a lot. It was more of like a fruity, like sugary mango than like real mango.
Yes, that would be my guess.
Yeah.
My guess is they have one mango per 150,000
Yeah.
cases of Diet Coke.
Yeah.
Eternal Ozzy said he was going to get a 3D printer, but didn't know what to do with all those threes and all those Ds.
I haven't made nearly enough stuff with my 3D printer. I feel guilty.
Yeah. No, Captain J, Chad has that printer.
The Delta? Or the...
I think
there's-
you didn't
there
you get the
might be a new
$159 one?
I can't remember if I got the $159 one or...
The 229?
Yeah. Oh, because they've come out with a new one. This is the Delta Mini, but I think there's a Delta Mini V2. And I can't remember. I think that there was like 1 or 2 specs that was different. And I can't remember what it was.
When you get a chance, see Spike's picture of the Minecraft dog that Chad came up with.
Dog. Okay. I saw it before the rest.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay. That's funny. Isn't
That's
it?
adorable. Yeah, I'd use it. I'd buy it.
So today and next week, it's all Toy Fair 2018.
Perfect.
Then we have view a video. Mo found a very interesting gadget.
Perfect.
Mo Toys. And then we have a letter. We don't need a link for the letter, but we can talk about his complaint. And I think that's about it.
Perfect.
Let me just...
And I'm adding the last video now.
Okay.
That's what I ran to go do. Oh, no, cancel. I had a fun day today. I can talk about that and host.
Oh, good. Okay.
Chat. Okie dokie. Okay, let me test these videos.
Alrighty.
That one plays. That
Yep.
one plays. What? If I could click it, that one plays. Hey, Dicky D. That one plays.
That's it. Perfect.
Yep, perfect. Okay. Point.
Perfect.
That's so fun. We're like the same person. Okay. I think we're good. All from Toy Fair.
All from Toy Fair this week and next week. And your final gadget for your
Wi-Fi enabled or app enabled.
App enabled.
I don't even know my own theme.
Captain J says my mom is sending in a video for the show.
Nice.
She drives the 151 bus, right, Captain J?
Right. She's the driver.
She's a driver. All right, so we have 2 minutes. We're going to be so on time today.
I know. This is the what do you call that? The medication for last week. The
yes.
I can't think of the word.
The remedy.
Yeah, the remedy for last week.
Yeah. Well, if it was the remedy for last week, it should have started at 7:01.
Exactly.
But then we don't want to get our fans who come in at 7:30.
Yeah,
the antidote. There you go. There you go.
I want to start right on time. You said toy fair, right?
Toy Fair.
Toy
Fair. Yep. All right. Well, it's funny. Okay. My computer says 7:27. My watch says 7:29. My clock says 7:28.
You know, you would think that clocks would all kind of get on the same page in this 21st century we're living in.
You would think.
It's not that difficult. You don't have an excuse anymore, you know, rolling in a few minutes late. Oh, my clock, my watch is set a little.
Yeah.
It's like, that's like atomic. Yeah, we can start right now. We don't.
Okay, let's
no
do
need
it.
to kill time. And we are recording. And on this episode of the Giz Wiz, we have our first week in a 2-week series, all from Toy Fair. We love toys. It is also my last app-enabled gadget. Will it be a dud or something we like? All next on the Giz Wiz!
It's the same dumb show with Dickie D and OMG chat on your PC. It's time for the Giz Wiz because gadgets are his business. They've got a gizmo sickness, geek disease, under pathology, rows and rows of USBs, glowing LEDs. Get ready for the Giz Wiz now.
Now, and it is time for the Giz Wiz, and here he is, our maitre d' of gadgets, Dick D. Bartolo. How you doing?
Showing
Dick D?
you to your table. Would you like the table with all the clocks on it? Or would you like the table with all the laptops?
Oh, laptops.
I'm
please.
good. I'm
Yeah.
very good. And you?
Doing great. Doing good. I had a kind of a fun day today.
Yes.
I have always been interested in Tesla cars and where Tesla's going, things like that. And recently, I'm probably any big purchase. It takes me a year or two to finally get to that point where I'm ready to make a big purchase.
Okay.
So
Are you
I've
buying a
started-
Tesla?
I've started the year or two process that it takes for me to decide if I want to buy a gadget. And so I went on a Tesla test drive earlier today.
Oh my word.
It was really, really fun. I got to test drive a Model S, which is old news at this point. Who cares about the Model S? Because it's all about the Model 3. The Model 3 has just started kind of ramping up production to where a few thousand are being made every week. Before it was like 24 were being made a week. And so now it's like a few thousand. Bloomberg did an article on how quickly the factory is ramping up production and things like that. And it looks like it's going pretty fast. And so after my test drive, the only Model 3 that is in the Dallas area, I went to go see it and compare the two. And I just had a really fun time checking out both. If you're unaware, the Model 3 is the more consumer priced Tesla, where a normally packaged out Tesla, the Model S or the Model X, could cost you in between $80,000 to $100,000, but one of the other, like the highest model, Model 3, would be in the $69,000 range or $70,000 range. That's the highest model. They start at $35,000.
Oh, okay.
35,000
Then
won't
you,
be made
you add
for a while.
tires and you add a motor and you
Exactly.
add...
Windshield, those cost a bit.
Did you want any instrumentation?
Oh, you
at
wanted a
all?
steering wheel. Oh, yes.
Well, soon you won't even need it. It'll just be a little joystick there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait until it's just a touch screen, and I just say I want to go here. Take me there. But I had a fantastic time checking them out.
And so, how long did you have the car for?
I was able to drive the car around for about 20 minutes, I would say.
Oh, okay.
It was a long. They said like leave an hour to like for the whole experience, and so yeah, we drove around. I used the autopilot, the enhanced autopilot, which is it's not quite full self-driving capability. It is more like an enhanced cruise control. Like it can't tell if there's a stop sign or any stop lights. But it will bring the car to a full, complete stop if the car in front of you is stopped. So you could run it in, say, traffic and stop and go traffic, and it would work. It would keep lanes and stuff like that. That was incredible, really, really cool. I used the self-parking capability, where I didn't do a parallel park. I did a backup park into a parking space. So drove past an open parking space, said, go ahead and self-park, and on the screen it could detect the parking space. Backed up. It was a 2-point or 3-point turn. I don't know. I don't know where the points are determined, but backed up, stopped, pulled forward, stopped, backed into the space the rest of the way, and it did all that on its own. And then the funniest and most surprising thing to me that I didn't even think, I've not even thought about this, was we were done, and I was like, okay, how do I turn off the car? He's like, you don't. You don't turn off the car. You just walk away from it.
Oh, and then when it sees no one's around, it says, all right, okay.
It sets itself into standby mode. Exactly. I was like, there's no button to like, or flip to switch, or switch to flip. It was just like, no, just walk away from the car, and it'll put itself in standby mode and stuff like that.
So then obviously it recognizes you when you approach the car then,
yeah,
right?
you have a key fob
you have a key,
for it to recognize you.
Oh, okay.
And also, like, to drive, it would sit in and put it into drive. You know, there's no, like, push to start the button to start the engine or anything like that. You just got in the car, put it into drive and move. You know, there's no unlocking a brake. There's nothing like that. It automatically puts itself in park and stuff like that.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it was really cool. And then the big thing about the Model 3 is the interior. And basically, I was trying to decide, because the Model S is whatever car I buy, I'm gonna buy used, because that's just kind of what I do. So buy a used Model S, buy a used Model 3 in a few years. What do I want to do? And my fear was the Model S now kind of feels a little outdated, because the inside is, has 2 screens, it has a big console, but the Model 3 has like an entirely flat dash with just a single screen. It looks a lot more modern. And I think I came away with that feeling that the Model S feels a little bit outdated, especially the computer inside of the touchscreen feels really old compared to the Model 3, which seemed really, really nice.
No, and something with that much technology, I certainly would go with the latest model you could afford.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. So anyway, that was my little adventure today, and I just had a fantastic time testing out the cars. And I think I came to my decision is the Model 3. Between the expensive, much more expensive Model S, buying a used model a few years old. My budget's basically the same. So buying a used Model S or buying kind of an upgraded, newer Model 3 that's, used, quote, used, by someone being like, I want to resell it right now. After they get it off their production line. So anyway, I found it really informative, really cool, and absolutely
exciting. Yeah. Well, now whenever you see anybody driving a 3, if it's like an old lady, you just have to get her phone number and follow her around and say, when do you get ready to sell this?
Exactly. That's what I need. Totally.
I'm here.
Yeah, there's very few Model 3s around. It's funny because there is a Tesla club in Dallas, and they had a party for the first Model 3 in North Texas, and they like threw a party for it, and everyone got to see it, and so it's still like a unicorn, basically. It's so rare, and especially in this area because they're, if you're near California. You're getting them a little bit faster. So yeah, the VW Buzz on Before You Buy. Interesting. There's a VW Buzz. That sounds weird. Anyway, that was my little adventure today. What's new with you?
Yeah. Well, let's see. So a lot of visits from Spectrum with my Wi-Fi and weirdness there. I don't know. The numbers I keep getting seem spectacular, but I don't know why they don't translate into spectacular on the show. But we're constantly working on it. And then Toy Fair. Toy Fair is great fun. I went a few times. One whole day for Dennis and I to shoot videos for Giz Wiz. And then I went back with a crew from ABC News another day to do a piece for World News Now. So I will show you some of the new toys, many of them not coming till June or July. But the first one is fun toy for young kids, but I think adults will like this too. So let's take a peek.
Hey, Dick DiBartolo, Mad's Maddest Writer, and the Giz Wiz One Take Theater here at GizWiz.tv. Toy Fair 2018 and frying donuts. I thought they were flying donuts. Actually,
They're both.
are flying donuts, but the game is frying donuts. How do I play this? Just throw it in?
Yeah, you take your donut, you toss it into the fryer, and you let them cook up a little bit, and then you want them to go ahead and attach to the rod.
Oh, okay. I'm going to do just one for time here.
One.
So,
You did it.
not even in the game. Okay, I'm getting it now.
Whoa. That was technique right there.
But
Pure
watch, he
technique.
And the
cheats.
object is
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Look at that. Wow.
he's cheating. He's cheating. He's a professional donut flying thing. So this is a fun game, but it's like really big for someone's living room, isn't it?
Yes, it is. But Dick, we have a smaller one right over here.
Oh my gosh, what an incredible thing to think about.
They shrunk it.
Oh, this makes more
Yes.
sense. So, Myra, Malia, how does the game play?
So this is new from Maya Toys. We're entering into the games aisle. So this is Maya Games coming out with Frying Donuts. So the way you play is you turn on your fryer and you toss your donuts into the fryer and you watch as they twirl and swirl and they go onto the baker's rod.
You got it.
So the first person to get all of their donuts into the baker's box first, they win.
Why is it that every time I put something in, actually yours went out of the,
It's fun and it's frantic.
and when is this coming out?
Later this year. So we have, this one is coming out later this year. We're just doing this booth down here to garner some interest. And we have a lot more games coming out in 2019. So get excited.
Okay, and the price of this when it comes out?
$19.99.
$19.99, under $20, ages 4 and up, donuts included, but they're not ice. Trust me, I tried eating one. Dick DiBartolo, Mad's Maddest Writer, and the Giz Wiz One Take Theater here at GizWiz.tv Toy Fair 2018. Bye.
But what are the calories? That's what I need to know. Interesting. So
They're very lightweight because they're like mesh, so they fly.
so not many calories at all. Is what you're saying.
Not at all.
They would fit my diet. That sounds great. And so they said they were coming to the toy aisle. Is this a company that's not normally a toy?
You know
company?
what? I had that idea too, because originally on their card it said the Maya Group, and then later on I found that a subdivision was Myra, Maya Toys. So they are doing toys, and they're going to. She said they were looking forward to 2019. So my guess is this is one of their first forays into Toy Fair, or it's possible I just never noticed them before.
Right.
There was something like 2,000 toy companies there. So
wow.
Yeah, it's big.
Like Orbeez, I've heard of before. They've kind of done a lot of like
YouTuber
Orbeez stuff.
Also,
and
a lot of times you hear of a toy, and you just know the toy's name, and don't realize it's made by a bigger parent company.
Right. Yeah, I mean, even big companies that I know of, Hasbro. Like, I don't know if right off the top of my head I could name a Hasbro toy. Like,
toy? No, absolutely.
I don't know. I know they're a toy company, but I can't think of a toy. Cool. That looks really fun. It seems like there's almost like this niche for that physical style game. We've kind of seen it with the toilet trouble stuff. We've seen it with the pie face. We've seen, there was even one where I think you threw, balls at a bin that might fall on your head. I mean, there's all sorts of these really fun physical items that you use in order to pull off, pull off play.
Yes, yes.
So
That's the winner, one of the winners of Toy of the Year, and we couldn't get near it because it had won Toy of the Year. But it's called Soggy Dog.
Oh, I saw that in
Did
stores.
Yes,
swear.
exactly.
Yes.
So Soggy Dog was one of the big sellers of, maybe you can find a picture. So Soggy Dog is you answer questions, and every time you answer them, for some reason, if you get them wrong, you pump water, and the water, it's like a big shaggy dog is under a shower.
Right.
And you fill the toy with water. And when you answer wrong, you pump, oh, great, you got a picture of it. You pump the water, and the water gets showered down on the shaggy dog. And then when you miss a turn or lose, you have to turn the faucet. And at some point, turning the faucet is going to make the dog start shaking. And if he's very wet, you will be the one closest, and you will get soaked by Soggy Dog.
Yeah, it's funny because there was actually a As Seen on TV product that uses basically a sponge that's made out of this silicone, like these silicone hair type things.
Yes, yes.
So I feel like you could take Soggy Dog and use them on your dishes after you've played.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
a few rounds.
When you're done playing, clean up the party.
Exactly.
Party
The loser who's already wet, they have to go do the dishes with Soggy Dog.
Yeah, exactly.
I have seen that actually in stores, and I was like,
well,
this is in that vein of toys. That all these toys feel the same.
And it was a big seller.
Big hit.
Okay, so going downstairs where you find the smaller companies, I found a company called Discover with Dr. Cool. So here's 3 of their gadgets.
Hey, we're at Discover with Dr. Cool. Now, you're not Dr. Cool.
No, I work with Dr. Cool.
She works with Dr. Cool. Okay, so we're going to have some neat experiments here, and I'm going to give Denise the microphone for 1 second.
Okay.
Because
You probably have to turn the volume up a little,
don't
Chad.
Look, because it's a secret. All right. She said that if I put this test tube in this liquid, I can make it disappear. I'll hold it up, okay? Giz Wiz, sanctimonious, something, something, something.
Wow.
Oh.
It's gone.
Amazing.
It's gone. It is unbelievable. And they've been doing that here all morning, and every time it disappears,
There's no
you
bottom.
have to pay them $50 so they can buy another test tube. This is pretty neat, isn't it? Can you tell us the secret?
No, it's secret.
It's a secret.
Oh, yeah.
You
that's
learn
why.
about light refraction.
Oh, that's a hint. Light reflection. Okay. So what does that kit cost?
This kit will retail for $11.99.
Oh my gosh! And when's that coming
It
out?
will be in store starting in July.
In July. Okay. And what do we have over here?
So this is our hydrophobic. This is our waterproof wonders, and you get 2 experiments. One of which you can play with this sand that never gets wet. You can take a scoop. It comes with a scoop and a sculpting tool. You can dip this in water, and it stays dry. If you drop it in, nope. Do one more. You want proof?
Yes, I want.
Touch.
Oh yeah.
Stay dry.
Oh, and there's none. Yeah, none on my
So,
finger.
and then you have a sculpting tool, and you can push it around underwater, and you can sculpt it. And again, if you bring it up, it's dry, completely dry.
I like that.
Then this other experiment, you can roll your finger around, or any object you want to try to waterproof. I'm using my finger. This is my wet finger, and this is my treated finger. It's completely dry. You want to prove it?
Wow. Can I do that?
Yeah,
Okay,
so
with it.
roll it around.
Roll it around.
Can I put it under my
Get
armpits?
it covered.
Okay, you want to dip it into the water. Just any regular water will do.
This is great. This is great. You know, do you have tubs of that like you could jump into before you go out in the rain?
I think if you bought maybe several cases of this, you could just jump in it. It'd be no
Okay,
problem.
and those 2 experiments are in this
In
one kit.
You get everything you need. You'll get each of the tubs of the ingredients, a spoon, a sculpting tool, and 2 little cups.
Is that also a July release?
Also July, also $11.99.
$11.99. This is really great stuff. I love it.
We're well known for our science kits.
Discover with Dr. Cool. You're watching the Giz Wiz Show with Dr. Dick DiBartolo, Mad's Maddest Writer. This is great fun. Toy Fair 2018.
How'd you get that doctorate?
You know what?
What was that doctorate in?
It's a doctorate in stupidity.
Oh, good. Okay, great.
Advanced stupidity.
Advanced, yes.
Advanced stupidity.
You broke new ground in that area.
I did.
And, that's how you got your doctorate. Very cool.
And I think they're
love
very
science
reasonable
kids.
for
Yeah.
$12.
Totally, absolutely. That seems like a fun, fun little afternoon project. Oh my God, geodes! I love. Geodes as a
they have
kid.
tons and tons of stuff. Those 2 kits are not on the website yet, but there's plenty of other stuff there.
Yeah, totally. Play sand, that kinetic sand is what I assume this is. Really cool stuff. Okay. Discover with Dr. Cool. Fun little games. We kind of did some crystal stuff in the past on Giz Wiz.
Yes, we did. You had
a Star Wars crystal set that went everywhere. It was horrible.
I was just gonna say.
It was the worst. I don't think I did it correctly, and it just started making crystals everywhere except for the crystal container.
Yes, exactly. It was like the vase was empty.
Yes,
and
but there's crystals everywhere else. Yes,
on shelves and up the walls.
Right. So yeah, really cool. Discover with Dr.
It's a fun
Cool.
thing. A fun thing.
And it looks like it's discoverwithdracool.com. Kind of a long
it is.
thing, but it works. It works.
It works, and it's Dr. Dr. Cool. And then we usually end the show with them, but we're going to end just today's videos with a stop by Folk Monis Puppets.
Woohoo! Here we go. I love Folk Monis.
Toy Fair 2018, Toy Fair any year, we always stop by Folk Monis Puppets because every year they have the cutest, most adorable little puppets that you can hardly believe.
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for the compliment. I'm Perry, the possum, the opossum. Hi. Hi.
Are you cute?
Oh yeah, I'm super cute. I've got lots of fur, and I have a tail that grabs onto you like it just doesn't let go, and you can't let me go because I'm so lovable.
Okay, you're the opossum. Yeah, but what was your name?
Oh, my name is Perry the possum, but it's really opossum, but the O is silent. That's right.
Okay, and that's brand new for 2018.
Yeah, I'm brand new. I also can live in your garage, in your attic, eat your trash, all that good stuff. Thanks.
And what? And do you know what you sell for?
Oh, that's a question for a tag that I can't read. Hang on.
Very nice. You have a friend over here. Oh.
Meow. My name is Silver. I am a beautiful purring cat.
It looks. Oh my gosh!
The purring is built into the cat.
I love TV interviews. They're my very favorite. Ooh. I'm brand new for 2018 too. I love going home. You'll never have to clean my litter box. Promise.
If there's anything in the litter box, it's probably just foam stuffing.
Oh yes. I'm a very tiny kitten.
Great. 2 great new puppets from Folk Monis. One of them I'm not so sure about. Dick Bartolo.
Oh, it's not me.
No, it's not. Dick Bartolo, Man's Maddest Writer, and the Giz Wiz One Take Theater here at Folk Monis Puppets Toy Fair.
Bye-bye.
2018. Bye.
It looks like Jack. That's what it reminds me of. This is my kitten, Jack. That's crazy that they have a built-in purring.
Yes,
feature.
Yeah, they're very clever.
Oh yeah,
over there, and the stuff to me is very reasonable, and I think kids, puppets are fun because there are no rules.
Right.
You can do whatever you want, and they can do. Now I only saw the kitten. You know what? The kitten went up in the past day or so.
Yeah.
They're
on the sticker or on the main thing, but I actually don't see the cat in the.
That's
here.
so funny.
He's the icon for the newest.
Oh, he's the icon. So he's not listed. He's not listed yet. Oh, he's at Newest Puppets. Okay.
Right.
And then just the opossum is there.
Opossum. Oh, that is funny. It is opossum, but the O
It is
silent.
opossum, right? And that weird tail that you wrap around, I guess, has a wire in it because it can hang from whatever you want. I love it. It says creepy yet cute.
Creepy yet cute. Yes.
Cute.
I feel like whoever was puppeteering that really achieved that character really well. Creepy but cute at the same time.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, the people that they have at the show are also they break me up, you know.
Oh yeah, very funny.
I can live in your garage. I can eat your garbage. I can do all that neat stuff.
It's amazing. Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Love
And
these
they have
guys.
everything: finger puppets and stage puppets, and no electronics, no batteries needed.
Just
great
imagination.
fun. Just imagination. Yeah, exactly.
Amazing. Okay, Folkmanis, we love them, and
We love them.
I'm gonna hold off on my preachy talk about how amazing puppets are because I've done it on the show I think 3 times now. But I love puppets.
Puppets are
Very
great.
cool.
All right, so that means we're down to the final for February. The final Chad.
No, you don't need it, but you might want it at Chad's Crappy Corner.
Oh my gosh. What are you rolling an opossum? Oh my. Oh, whoa.
Oh my gosh, this is the biggest crap we've ever shown off on the show. It's actually empty, but so this month, this is actually the last of our app-enabled gadgets. And so this week, I went a little bit larger than normal.
Wow.
And I got a slow cooker. Slow cooker.
I don't think we have time for that.
You're right. So this is going to be a new extended Giz Wiz. It's only going to be about 6 to 10 hours long. No, obviously earlier I recorded a video, so take it away, me, about 6 hours ago, I'd say. Hey Dickie D, so we're here with the Black & Decker slow cooker. This is an app-enabled slow cooker, of course, from the month, and it uses Wi-Fi to connect with its app. Already inside we have some pot roast added so that we can actually test to see if it stays on and the connection stays good and whatnot. The setup process was, we did have some issues. We had some issues registering. It wouldn't allow us to register at all. But once we've registered, we can access the slow cooker. So if I wanted to just set this for a certain amount of time, so we can change the amount of hours for this specific recipe, 6 hours on high, will work just fine. But before we hit start, I just want to show you that there are some advanced cooking options that you can use. So you could set it to be low for a certain amount of time, high for a certain amount of time, and warm for a certain amount of time. And you can change these around. So if you wanted to start on high or warm, and then move from one thing to another, you can. 3 steps is basically all you get. And it also nicely tell you at what point this will be ready. So as of recording, if we did this long schedule, it would be ready just after midnight. So let's switch back over to standard. This is what we want, high cooking for 6 hours. It'll be ready just before the Giz Wiz actually. So let's go ahead and click start, and immediately this set itself to high and for 6 hours. Now, theoretically, while I'm out and about throughout the day, I could come back here and click stop, and it would turn this off even if I'm not at the house. Okay, so it's been 6 hours, and the slow cooker worked just fine. I did hear the alarm go off that it was done cooking. But I didn't get a phone notification or anything like that. So if we look in here, we can see that it has now switched to warming mode automatically, and the time was set for 4 hours of warming. So it went ahead and just switched. I didn't say any settings for that to happen. You can kind of take a look at what it looks like. That's kind of the roast. I did stir it a little bit earlier. But so far, so good. Just from using the app, though, I will say that it doesn't give me much confidence. This app does not seem very well put together. Like, we're getting some weird kind of like transition things right there. What's happening is showing that I had it and then it went to warming mode. But earlier it stopped responding. I had to force quit it. So there's a few bugginess things with the app that I'm not a big fan of. But it did work. I was able to monitor this while I was away from the house because this is over Wi-Fi, not just Bluetooth. And, of course, it worked as a slow cooker. So, all in all, now it's time for me to dig in.
Chad, what all did you put in there?
So that is just meat roast, potatoes, carrots, a big onion, a pack of seasoning that was actually like a slow cooker seasoning, and then water, like a cup of water, and that made my that's my recipe for slow cooking, and it worked great as the timeline is actually I got it on Monday. And I opened it up and couldn't register through the app at all. And so I just used it. You can use it just as a slow cooker. My biggest issue with just using it as a slow cooker is the time setting. You can only go in increments of 30 minutes. So if you just wanted to like do something for 15 more minutes, you know, you're stuck to 30-minute jumps. And also, you just click it until it goes up to 10 hours, and then it starts back at 30 minutes. And so if you wanted to set it for 3 hours, and you accidentally set it for 3:30, well, you have a whole bunch of clicks. You have 20 clicks to get back to 3 hours. To do it. But you can also, that'll help turn off the setting. So if you were really needing it to turn off the setting, you could have it do that, or you could just set your own timer, you know, that sort of thing. Finally, today was actually the only day that I was able to finally get past the registration and actually register to use the app. And I've actually used it. This is the third time I used it. I made macaroni and cheese, I made pizza, and I made that roast. And so finally I was able to actually use the Wi-Fi functionality. And then just now I opened up the app and it had signed me out. And that was literally only from 30 minutes, you know, or an hour or so. From recording that video to now, the app signed me out. I had to sign back in. The app is really, really, really crummy. Other than that, it works out. I mean, I don't really have much other usage of a slow cooker. So, you know, I really only know my family.
How do you make pizza in a slow cooker?
Oh yeah, you can. That was a recipe I wanted to test out. You buy pizza dough and you make a deep dish. It's a deep dish pizza.
Oh, okay.
And so you buy pizza dough. You kind of put it on the edges and then fill the center with, you know, with your sauce and your cheeses and your meats and stuff like that. And I've already forgotten the settings, but I think it was. I think it was actually low for about 90 minutes.
But it's not crispy. The crust
no, it was crispy. Oh yeah, it was totally crispy.
Oh really? Yeah. Okay, so it almost like baked, the crust.
Totally. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. It wasn't. I didn't use the entire Eternal Ozzy's going very deep dish. No, it was like maybe an inch.
My new
10-inch
deep pizza.
Exactly. My 6-quart deep dish pizza. But yeah, no, that worked. That worked really well. Macaroni and cheese also was fantastic. That worked out really good. And then of course the pot roast, which I literally just ate 40 minutes ago, was also really fantastic. So it's worked pretty good. You know, it's a step above just the low, medium, high setting that most, you know, or medium and high and off, or warm, medium and high. Because you can set the timer, stuff like that. The interface just on the front of it isn't fantastic. And I saw in the store better interfaces where you could kind of do what you're doing with the app with the interface, but that relies solely on the app, and the app just is not that good. But yeah,
what did it cost?
Oh yes, that's a big thing. It was $50. So $50
that's not bad.
For a slow cooker. Slow cookers actually are a lot less expensive. I had like had it in my head that like a slow cooker would cost like $100. But no, this was, and it's available at Walmart. So you could go pick one up right now at Walmart. That was the best price that I found for it. And it's made by Black & Decker. I think I failed to mention that too. It's a Black & Decker Wi-Fi enabled 6-quart slow cooker. It also has a lid that will clamp on. I failed to mention that as well. So that lid clicks onto these little posts on the side. There's a good view of that right there, if I could select it.
And so the whole cooking thing comes out of the pot, right?
Right. So you have these different things. You have the actual pot, which has the heating element inside of it. Then you have a ceramic tub, basically, and that's where all the food goes. You can take that out and wash it. You know, I didn't see if that was machine washable. It's so big that I just decided to hand wash it every single time. I'm looking on the box now. It doesn't seem like it's saying anything. Dishwasher safe temperature glass lid. That is dishwasher safe. And I don't see if the ceramic is dishwasher safe quite yet. But yeah, and I could also see, you know,
nice,
if you had a lot of these slow cooking recipes, they're like variable by like 2 hours, you know? So I could totally see that if you were planning, you know, or some say you could do it on low for 10 hours or on high for 6 hours. And so I could absolutely see if you're a mom, a dad, or even a normal person and your plans change throughout the day, you could switch it from high to low and then add more time, you know, while you're not at home anymore. And so I could really see that could be a big help. I never ended up needing that when I was using it because, you know, I was kind of around. I didn't have to leave the house for anything. But I could absolutely see that.
Yeah. You get a stop for speeding on your way home. And the cop said, "You're going to spend the night in jail." And you go, "Hang on a second.
My slow cooker.
Is it going to be exactly 24 hours? Because I have to set my slow cooker."
Exactly. Can I have one free phone call that I actually don't use as a phone call? I just use to call my slow cooker and and set it for a different time? Absolutely. So that sort of thing. Or right now, what's kind of cool is I re-signed into the app. And it's warming right now, and it's still warming for 2 hours. And let's say a friend said, "Hey, I'm coming over in 3 hours." Well, I could say, "Okay, we'll keep warming for another 3 hours," or something like that. So I think all of that works pretty good. The app is so kludgy. It's so put together so horribly. It's really upsetting because if it was a slick app, this would be 100%. Of course, if it connected and stayed, great, it would be an absolute recommendation. But because the app is so crummy, and the reviews kind of mimic what I'm saying, is as a slow cooker, it kind of works pretty okay. But there's also a whole bunch of 1-star reviews. Apparently this fellow had their gasket come out of their lid and things like that. So
is your guess that you must use their app?
Yeah. There's no other apps.
There's no cooking app that would just...
That would be really cool. But no.
It would be. Yeah, it would be. Yeah, no, I guess the thing is that Black & Decker is famous for appliances. And then they figured, we have to get something Wi-Fi. And they go, "Murray, doesn't your kid... Tell your kid to come up with an app."
Yeah. No, you cannot change the settings of the font size inside the app, says Captain J. I have settings for push notifications and log out. Those are the 2 settings that I have. It does have recipes inside the app, but I would say that you probably would want to just use the internet for that instead of that. You do have also FAQ on the app, but that's about it. So yeah, it's kind of a crummy app, but an okay slow cooker is my review. So it's kind of crappy, but it also kind of works. So I don't know where it falls on the crappy, not so crappy.
The cooker's better than the app, right?
Exactly. The cooker works fine. The app leaves something to be desired for sure. And
the app is undercooked.
Undercooked app. That's exactly how to describe it. That's perfect. Right. With that, let's jump into Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
They're geeky and they're goofy. Together they are loopy. When gadgets pass away, he takes them out to play in Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
On. And our Gadget Warehouse is not about an old gadget, but a new gadget that Mo Torres found. Mo is a big fan of the show, a big gadget person, buying gadgets all the time. And he found an under $20 gadget that at first I thought, I don't know. And then when I thought about it, I thought, you know what? I think I could use one of these. See if you might agree.
Okay.
Here's Mo's video.
Hey, Dick and Chad. I just got this gadget and I love it. It costs $20 on Amazon. And it's right there. Shut the bleep up. And it's a mute button. A big mute button. So this is great. You know, when you're looking for the mute button on a remote, like this one, it's impossible to find. I couldn't even see it. It's right here. It's a programming. So that's the mute button on my remote control. This is the ultimate mute button. So, you know, you get those moments where you just have to mute the TV right away, whether it be a phone call or whatever. And just having this thrown on the sofa or next to a table that you sit next to while watching TV, and you just press it to mute.
Same
it's
satisfying.
All done. Really easy to program. All you have to do is turn it around. It takes 2 AA batteries. Bought it on Amazon, like I said. It costs $20. So you put it on Learn, right? The light flashes. You find, if you can find the mute button. Look how tiny that is. And you press it. And you keep it pressed. To that hole. That's it. You do it. You put it back to use. That's the portal you pointed to. So you pointed to this little hole right here. And now, if we look at the TV, I don't have anything going on right now, but if you press. So now you take the remote. It was programmed. It took 2 seconds. You press it.
There you go.
Unmute. Mute. Unmute. Mute. Unmute. I mean, this is great. It's awesome. I'm going to use it like crazy. It's an awesome gadget. I thought both of you would actually, and the viewers would actually like this button. $20 on Amazon. Big giant mute button that you'll never lose. Thank you.
I feel like it's just begging for someone's grandparents. I mean, that is the perfect grandparent gift. Here's a gigantic mute button. Just put it next to your recliner, put it on the coffee table, smash it whenever you don't want the TV to make a sound.
When you don't want to hear the commercial, or as Mo said, when the phone rings.
I love that.
Because usually on the remote, it's sort of like they figure, you know, they have the big up and down buttons for volume, and then somewhere they hide the mute button, and so this is a fun way to do it. It's $19.50 on $19.50 on Amazon. And at first, when I first saw it, I thought, "What is this? A button that swears at you?"
That's what I thought too. I thought it was one of those. Hey, you, be quiet! I'm trying to listen to some music here.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I thought it was. This is so much more useful and great. And I like you know, it makes that humor, you know, on the button so much more endearing, because it was
exactly.
It was normal. It's you saying, "Hey, shut up!" Instead of it yelling it at you.
Exactly.
So absolutely love that. And I can just imagine just all the people that you know that need this. You know, there's someone in your office that needs this. There's someone in your family that needs this. Really good. That should come back almost at Christmas time.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Because, like my mother and father will say, "Oh, I can't stand that commercial." And they hand you the remote. Here, find the mute button. And so you have to listen to at least 30 seconds of this screaming commercial to find the mute button, especially if it's a remote that you're not familiar with. So a clever idea. Mo is going to get a Mad magazine and an Alfred picture. I think he must have about 100 of them by now. So if you live in the U.S., you can get a Mad magazine, the newest issue of Mad, and an Alfred picture. If you live anywhere in the world, I will autograph a photo to you and scan it and send you a high-res image, print it out, frame it. I've gotten several emails now saying, "Dick, this works great in a frame. No one will ever guess that it's not the original." And the fact that you signed it to my name makes it really personal. So come up with a video, 2 to 3 minutes, and put it on YouTube. You can click unlisted if you just want people you send the URL to see it, and email it to us, just the URL, to mail@gizwiz.tv. And again, anything that involves a gadget. And so we ask that it be in landscape mode and that we can hear you. That's about the only 2 requirements that we have.
Perfect. Send them in.
Yep.
With that, let's move on to the letter.
Become the letters, your lovely letters. Become the Giz Wiz letters now.
Our letter is from Steve C., who says, "I hate ordering anything from Amazon.
Uh-oh.
It takes a week to think about getting ready to ship something, and nearly another week for it to finally get here, which is really annoying since the warehouse is just across town. I could drive over and get it sooner if they had local pickup. I've complained several times about their slow shipping, and they said if I want it faster, I have to pay more. It's hard to believe you guys really get something delivered the next day.
Yeah, all the time.
You must pay a lot for faster shipping, but I can't afford that." Steve C. So, yes, I got 2 things today that I ordered last night. And yes, you normally, compared to FedEx or something, it's usually nominal, like $4, $5, or $6.
I think,
however,
the main point is we both have Amazon Prime.
Yes.
Right? Like,
yes, we would. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Have you ever bought anything? I didn't. That's funny. If you're not Amazon Prime, do they add like $7 or $8, or is it still free?
I think it costs more. So first off, you don't get so as an Amazon Prime member, you get free 2-day shipping. So almost anything I buy off of Amazon, well, free as in, I think Amazon Prime now costs $100 a year.
Yes, it was $99, then it went to $129. Now I think it went. But you know what? Just before the show for laughs, I bought up 2017. I bought 239. I had 239 deliveries.
Oh wow!
From Amazon. I mean, I buy a lot. I buy a lot of stuff for the show that when I get it, I think, this isn't even interesting enough to bother making a video about. But what I do to save money is, on Amazon, you can have a wish list. So if I'm buying anything I don't need, like within 2 days, I put it on my wish list, like spare bones for Charlie, an extra set of lines for the boat. I put them on the wish list. Then when I get an item I really want the next day, and it says free shipping, $35 and up. The item's $15. I go into my wish list and I add $20 worth of stuff that I really need.
Yeah.
But now that it's on the thing, I get it the next day and it's free. So that's a way to save some money.
Yeah. I kind of do the same thing, but just with the cart. is all the time I will see something, I'll think, oh, I want this, but I don't want to go, either it's not enough for the free shipping, or it's also like, sometimes it qualifies, but I'm like, I don't want them to ship me like a single, like this one thing, you know, like one bag of cat food, like that seems silly, you know, or whatever. And so I'll just put it in my cart, and then
Aren't you afraid you're going to hit buy and because you can buy everything so easily?
Sometimes, yeah. Well, I turn off one click. I don't do one click at all. But yeah, so I'll gather a few things in my cart. Sometimes I'll check out and be like, "Whoa, that was way more expensive than I was thinking." And I was like, "Oh yeah, because I bought 2 weeks worth of stuff that I've been saving up." The other thing about Prime that I think is different between Prime members and non-Prime members is some products you'll be able to get free next day delivery, and other products you can get next day delivery for like $5 or $2. And the price kind of fluctuates. And I think that we as Prime members get much better shipping prices than non-Prime members. So I think that's
and also I have a warehouse right across the river.
Right. Yeah, and in Dallas, yeah.
Although he said he has a warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is very strange.
I've had Prime for so long, I'm embarrassed to say this, but I don't know what the Amazon experience is like without having Amazon Prime. They should really sell ads on this show. We sell Amazon so much, you would think that we are just shills for Amazon. But I don't, I've kind of forgotten what the experience is like. And if you don't have Prime, it could be that shipping's expensive, shipping is slow.
Yes, it could be. But the strange thing is that he could drive to the warehouse. I don't know.
Yeah. Now, I do know they also, sometimes Amazon has lockers. So you can ship to an Amazon locker. No idea if that would be faster or not, but it is kind of in network. You would kind of think that maybe.
Yeah, I went to the locker once to return something. Yeah. And actually, I gave it to Dennis because the nearest locker is 15 blocks away. And it turned out Dennis was visiting someone 1 block away. And he said it's a lot of fun. You go in with the item you're returning. You pass the barcode over the scanner. A door clicks open.
Right.
And he said, "Oh my gosh!" He said a little door opened, and he didn't know what to do. And then he looked down, and the screen says, "Is this door too small?" And you click yes, and that door closes, and a bigger door opens, and then you just put the item in there.
And a little elf comes out with cookies. And
yes, while you're waiting.
It's amazing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah, those Amazon lockers are pretty cool. That stinks that, because we sit here and sing Amazon's praises all the time, that there is, there's like this whole side of Amazon that I guess I don't experience because
like Dale said he doesn't do Prime because he only buys things a couple times a year. Yeah. All
totally.
Right.
Well,
there's a wide variety of stuff for us to buy at Amazon.
With that, we're coming up to the end of our show, but before you go anywhere, make sure you play What the Heck Is It over at gizwiz.biz. This is your last moment before the new What the Heck Is It comes out. So if you're listening to this podcast, and of the week of its publication, you have to head on over to gizwiz.biz to play What the Heck Is It. Here it is. Here's the gadget. And you have to guess, exactly what it is. And it is obvious to me that this is a device for scooping out avocado. It's an avocado scoop. And, that little...
Oh, yeah.
Thing in the middle there, it gets the pit right out of there. All in just one big scoop with a nice handle to keep it, from in your hand. Obviously. Here is the Mad Magazine you're playing for. Mine was actually just recently delivered to my house. And you'll get one signed by Dickie D himself. So please get on over to gizwiz.biz and get a guessin'. There are 6 Mad Magazines for correct answers, if you actually know what this is. But 12 grand prize winners will get signed copies for funny, hilarious, clever, interesting, and thoughtful answers. There's only so many synonyms for creative answers.
And you have to live in the U.S. because Dickie D is personally paying $2.79 per issue to mail them out. So U.S. only. It's about $12 or $13 to Canada, and you have to fill out a customs form, and you cannot hand it to a postal person, but it must be delivered in person to the post office. So if you play the game and you win, you can get an autographed Alfred E. Newman picture, or in that issue, I wrote the choking poster for the high-tech age. You know, things like ask the person if they're choking. If they can't speak, tell them to text you yes or no. So if you, I'll just hold it up here. So if you win the digital age poster, and you live outside the U.S., I will make a copy of the poster and autograph that and email that to you.
Awesome.
So you'll still win something. Yeah, exactly.
Come on, get it playing right now. Also, we want to give a big thank you to our patrons. If you don't support the show, please consider supporting the show. But we have to say thank you so much to everyone who has been supporting the show for so long. You guys are so generous, so thoughtful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We really could not do this show without you guys.
You know what? I forgot to say this at the top of the show. It's our it's the Giz Wiz 12th anniversary. The first Giz Wiz show was February 20th, 26.
Oh my gosh.
So 2 days ago and 12 years ago was the first Giz Wiz show. And next month, it's either next month or April, we will start year 4 of
Independence?
Of independence.
Holy cow!
I know.
Holy cow.
Okay. We will be entering our 4th year.
2006 was the first year of the Giz Wiz, February.
Yep. And it hasn't gone that far downhill. And how many podcasts can say that?
That far? No, nah. It's only gone slightly downhill.
Just slightly downhill.
Wow, that is incredible. There's not a lot of podcasts that have been around for 12 years. Let me tell you that.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And so for the past 4, patrons,
it's all been you guys. It's all been your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much to everybody who supports the Giz Wiz. And also, this is our plea for more to support. Head on over to patreon.com/GizWiz to show your support. You can also, Patreon is more of a reoccurring thing every episode. So you're pledging per episode to support. If that's not your style, no big deal. Head on over to gizwiz.tv. You can click on the Patreon tab, and right underneath the Patreon banner, there's a PayPal link. We should probably make a PayPal banner, because right now it seems like it's relegated. You have like 3 Patreon steps to get through to get to the PayPal link. One day, maybe. And so big thanks to everybody who supports in whatever way you do, PayPal, Patreon, or just really even just showing up and being part of the chat room. Thank you guys so much. That about wraps up.
Our fans are amazing. Nick with a C says, when you start at the bottom of the hill, there's not too far to go down. That's the kind of encouragement that our fans give us.
So right now, we're really just in the ditch. That's it. You know, that's just how far down we've gone.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, not much further lower than this. That's the good news. Thank you guys so much. And I guess we'll see you next week.
I'll be here. Okay, so we just need a title chat room. I have none of those toys here. Okay.
I think I maybe just keep this box right here.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
You want to do a picture?
Yeah. Do you know what you want to have?
I don't have anything because all of my toys are. I'll just hold this up.
Cool, cool.
I'll be eating.
3, 2, 1. Cool.
Okay. The Cook's
Undercooked
the app.
Undercooked app.
Oh, Undercooked app is good.
Yeah, that was from Nilba in the chat room, in the Twitch chat. Undercooked app. I like that. In 3, 2. It's time for the Giz Wiz with Mad's Maddest Writer, Dick DeBartolo. This is episode 1263, recorded Thursday, February 22nd, 2018. Undercooked app.
Yes. So you'll be back next. Next month is March. So we're recording March 1st.
Yeah.
And you'll have a new theme.
And I do have a date change.
Okay.
March 8th.
Okay.
Will be bad. 15th should be fine. So the 6th, I think, would be the best day to switch it to.
I can do that.
Okay.
Giz Wiz. Tuesday the 6th. And no Giz Wiz the 8th.
Right. Okay. Chat room, spread the word. Giz Wiz is not going to be on the 6th. Or will be on the 6th, not the 8th.
Yes. And chat room, I'll see you, Leo, on Saturday. And Giz his PM after Screensavers on Saturday.
Perfect.
All right, Chad, thank you.
Thank you. Oh, do you want to look ahead? This is far, far, far ahead.
Okay.
But October.
Oh my God, okay.
Very far ahead. This is the meetup.
Okay.
Normally we do the meetup on like the first weekend or second weekend of October.
Okay.
But I already have both of those weekends filled up with a Mind Fair in Washington, D.C. on the 7th and a Mind Fair in Philadelphia on the 14th.
Okay. Now, I'm not sure about if we're going to be able to get the restaurant.
That's right. I just remember that. Is that
because
everything's changing. Yes.
Yes.
I just remember that. Okay.
Yeah. You know what? If worse comes to worse, tell me if you like this idea. Is I might just have it here at Disneyland.
Yep.
You know, maybe have a thing where the first 18 people or a lot of leave for 18 people.
Yeah.
And if you want, you can certainly fly in. If you want to do a virtual meetup, we could do that.
Cool.
I could do a virtual meetup with people here and you on a screen.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Anyway, so we have a lot of options.
Okay. Good.
But you know, just so I don't know, in case they say, "Oh yeah, you know, we're not going to raise the prices for you. You can still have it." You're busy the 7th and the 14th.
Right. So right now I have an opening on the 30th of September. So the September 30th, that weekend before, and the 21st. Neither of those have anything.
Okay. But I won't know for a couple months because the restaurant won't open.
Fine.
Anyway, but it's good to know that.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know that the 7th and the 14th are booked already.
Very good.
Cool.
Okay. So the lag wasn't terrible.
Yeah, so it wasn't. I'm glad you reminded me because I wanted to say that it was definitely choppier than normal, but the audio never went out like it did last week.
Yeah, no. I'm still getting great numbers here, so I'm not quite sure what it is.
I'm positive it's Skype. It's something about either it could very easily be my setup going through, because I go through a router, I go through a Ethernet switch, then a router, then a second router, and then a modem, and then the internet,
and then the slow cooker. That
exactly right, and then the slow cooker app that's in the way. So it could very easily also be something on my end that It looked to me like somehow we're getting like 15% packet loss, which is a ton of packet loss. But then we didn't get that with Zoom. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Captain Jace. I saw you send a link earlier, but I didn't click that. If you have that link, I'd happily check that out.
I checked. I went into the chat room like at 6 o'clock because I was setting up, and Beatmaster said the Skype call was perfect with him.
Right.
But he has no equipment. I was just talking to him.
Right.
Anyway, but at least it was better than last. I was so fearful after last week that we were going to have another.
Thanks, Eric. Yeah, we didn't have that, luckily, but it still isn't perfect. That is hilarious. A VW bus that's a electronic, that's a EV, that's a. I might have to hold off on the Tesla. If you could get a classic, the classic VW.
If you can get one of these used, you'd be in for just maybe $1,000.
Exactly. That's hilarious. Actually,
that's very funny.
It's a concept, so that probably won't exist, but very amazing. Thanks for showing that. The true hippie man. Yeah, and if I can somehow figure out how to get the OBS's, the video switching thing that I work, some sort of USB faked output to go into Skype or anything, it'd be solved, because we could use Zoom right now, and it would be just fine. But yeah, I'll try to run that PC Guy too. PC Guy has a link to DSL reports, which should be a more comprehensive speed test.
Let me just click that. Cable. Oh, what's it doing? Pausing.
Tesla full of lawyers.
Yeah, sure.
There are, however, some drawbacks. But before talking...
I'm doing well on this. On this test, I have 243.6 down and 2385 up.
Interesting. So yeah, I have 423 down, 931 up. I have twice as much up, which is kind of hilarious.
It is hilarious.
Yeah. Overall A+, quality A+, but my buffer and bloat was not tested, and my speed was not tested, it says.
Oh, I have buffer bloat as 0.3.
I don't know what
which is just a tiny little line at the bottom, so it's obviously not much. Yeah. All right, well, hopefully we'll come up with something. But the quality of our performances right above it all.
It didn't stop the show like it did last week.
It didn't stop. Nothing can stop this show. It's like a runaway train.
Exactly.
It's
like a natural disaster.
There you go. The tsunami of podcasts. Unstoppable. Okay.
Cool.
I'll see you next week.
See you, chat room.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay. Bye, chat room. Thank you. Thanks, Chad.
See ya.
Thank you, Beatmaster.
Thanks, Beatmaster.